Let's set the stage, shall we? They saw you as the fool, a mere pawn in a game they thought they controlled. They mocked your naivety. They laughed at your sincerity. It was all so simple for them until it wasn't. Because here's the thing, they underestimated you. They didn't see the storm brewing behind your quiet patience, the inferno building beneath the surface of your calm demeanor. They mistook your kindness for weakness, your loyalty for servitude. And that, my friend, was their first and greatest mistake. They thought they had you figured out, thought they had you trapped within the confines of their own narrative. They painted you as the joke, the punchline to a story they were too arrogant to realize they didn't fully control. But every laugh they shared at your expense, every time they took advantage of your trust, every instance they discarded your worth, those moments weren't just daggers they plunged into your back. They were lessons that you absorbed and transformed into weapons sharper than anything they could ever wield. You see, there's something dangerous about a person who learns in silence, who watches from the shadows while the world underestimates them. There's power in restraint, in the act of playing the fool when you know the cards are stacking in your favor. They didn't realize that every time they played their hand, you were watching, memorizing, understanding. They were so consumed by their own arrogance that they failed to notice the tides shifting. And now, the fool they thought they were playing has become the executioner, holding the very power they thought they'd stolen. It's poetic, isn't it? The way the tables turn, the way the prey becomes the hunter, the way silence transforms into a roar. They thought they were untouchable, their every move calculated and flawless. But arrogance blinds even the most cunning of minds, and in their blindness, they gave you all the tools you needed to dismantle their empire. You didn't just rise, you emerged, stronger and sharper than they could have imagined. Every scar they left on you became a badge of honor, every wound a testament to your resilience. You learned to take their cruelty and forge it into something unbreakable. You didn't crumble under the weight of their deceit. You grew, evolved, became something they never prepared for. Now, they look at you and they see something they cannot comprehend. The pawn they thought they could sacrifice has become the king on this chessboard, and every move they make only hastens their downfall. They see it now, the fire in your eyes, the steel in your spine. They see the inevitability of their defeat, etched in the way you carry yourself. You've become a force of reckoning, and there's nothing more terrifying than someone who has nothing left to lose, but everything to gain. They wanted to break you, to bend you to their will, to mold you into a shadow of yourself. But instead, they've created their own demise. They've sown the seeds of their ruin in the very soil they tried to bury you in. Every lie they told, every betrayal they orchestrated, every laugh they shared at your expense, it's all coming back to them now, tenfold. And here you stand, not as the fool they mocked, but as the executioner they never saw coming. You didn't seek vengeance, you became it. You didn't ask for power, you took it. You didn't play their game, you rewrote the rules. This isn't just a comeback, it's a reckoning, a reminder that even the smallest ember can ignite a wildfire that consumes everything in its path. You see, the beauty of your rise is in its inevitability. They built their empire on sand, thinking it was stone. They relied on lies, manipulation, and deceit, never realizing that truth and integrity were your greatest weapons. They thought they were invincible, but they were never prepared for someone like you, someone who could endure, adapt, and ultimately outsmart them at their own game. And now, as they watch their world crumble, they're forced to confront the reality they tried so hard to deny. They played you like a fool, but in doing so they revealed their own weaknesses. They laid bare the cracks in their facade, the vulnerabilities they tried to hide. And you, with your patience and precision, exploited every single one of them. This isn't just revenge, it's justice. This is the culmination of every sleepless night, every tear shed in silence, every moment of doubt you overcame. This is your triumph, your vindication, your moment to reclaim what was always yours. They can't take it from you now, no matter how hard they try, because the fool they thought they could control has become the architect of their downfall. So let them watch. Let them see the masterpiece you've created from the chaos they tried to drown you in. Let them feel the weight of their mistakes, the consequences of their arrogance. Let them realize, too late, that they were never the ones in control. You've turned their own game against them, and now they're left with nothing but the bitter taste of defeat. And you're just getting started. This is the beginning of a new chapter, one where you no longer play by their rules. You've proven that resilience is the greatest weapon, that patience is the ultimate strategy, that even the smallest spark can ignite a revolution. You've turned the tables, flipped the script, and claimed your rightful place at the top. They thought they played you like a fool, but in the end, it was their own hubris that sealed their fate. The executioner doesn't need applause, doesn't seek validation. The executioner knows that victory is its own reward. And you, standing tall amidst the ruins of their deceit, are the living proof that even the darkest of nights must give way to dawn. So take a breath, savor this moment. You've earned it. This is your story now, and you're writing it on your own terms. The world sees you for what you truly are. Not a fool, not a pawn, but a force to be reckoned with. And they're just the ashes in your wake. They're just the ashes in your wake, scattered remnants of what once stood so arrogantly before you. The beauty of this moment isn't just in their downfall, it's in your rise, in the transformation they never saw coming. You're no longer shackled by their lies, no longer tethered to the version of yourself they tried to create. You've broken free, and in doing so, you've become something they will never understand. Unyielding, unstoppable, undeniable. They didn't just fail to break you, they built you. With every cruel word, with every deceitful act, they tempered you like steel. They thought they were stripping you of your power, but instead, they were forging it. Every slight, every betrayal, every moment they thought they'd outsmarted you was another hammer blow, another strike that made you harder, sharper, and more dangerous than they could have imagined. And now, here you are, standing amidst the wreckage of their arrogance, not as the person they once dismissed, but as something infinitely more powerful. They see it in your eyes now, the depth of your resolve, the unwavering determination that no storm could extinguish. It terrifies them because they know there's no going back. You've seen their true faces, you've unraveled their schemes, and now they're exposed, vulnerable, powerless. What's left for them? Nothing but regret. Regret for the moments they underestimated you. Regret for the times they thought you were too naive to see through their games. Regret for the day they decided you were expendable. But regret is a cold comfort when faced with the reality of their own undoing. Because here's the truth they've been forced to confront. The fool they thought they could manipulate has become the author of their downfall. The irony is almost poetic. They believed they held all the cards, that the game was theirs to control. But they never realized that their arrogance blinded them, that every move they made only tightened the noose around their own ambitions. You let them think they were winning, let them revel in their supposed superiority, and in doing so, you gave them the rope they needed to hang themselves. This wasn't just a victory, it was a reckoning. You didn't simply rise above their schemes, you dismantled them piece by piece. You saw through their lies, unraveled their manipulations, and used their own weapons against them. And now, they're left to watch as everything they built crumbles, powerless to stop the avalanche they set into motion. But this isn't about vengeance, not entirely. This is about reclaiming what was always yours, your power, your dignity, your worth. They tried to strip it from you, tried to reduce you to a shadow of yourself, but they failed. And in their failure, they've only solidified your strength. You are not who you once were, not the person they mocked and underestimated. You've evolved, transformed into something they could never have predicted. Look around you now. The world they tried to build on your back is gone, reduced to rubble by the weight of their own arrogance. And you stand tall amidst the destruction, a testament to the power of resilience and determination. You've shown them that true strength isn't about control or manipulation. True strength is about endurance, about rising again and again, no matter how many times the world tries to knock you down. You've turned their laughter into silence, their mockery into awe. They thought they could write your story, but you've taken the pen from their hands and rewritten it in bold, unyielding strokes. This is your narrative now, and every word is a testament to the strength they could never break. And yet, this isn't the end. No, this is just the beginning. You've risen from the ashes of their deceit, but now it's time to soar. The world is wide, and the possibilities are endless. You've proven that you're not just a survivor, you're a conqueror. You've shown that even the most impossible odds can be overcome with patience, strategy, and unrelenting determination. They may try to rebuild, to claw their way back from the ruins of their own downfall, but they will never forget this moment, never escape the shadow of their defeat. Because no matter how hard they try, they'll always remember the day they were brought low by the very person they underestimated. And you'll keep moving forward, leaving them behind in the dust. You don't need to look back. Their regret, their shame, their defeat will follow them wherever they go. But you're free now, free to carve your own path, to chase your own dreams, to build a future that's yours and yours alone. Let this moment be a reminder, not just to them, but to the world. Let it stand as a testament to the power of resilience, the strength of endurance, the unyielding force of a spirit that refuses to be broken. Let it show that even in the face of betrayal and deceit, it's possible to rise, to overcome, to thrive. They thought they played you like a fool, but the truth is they played themselves. They thought they could control you, but all they did was reveal their own weaknesses. And now, as they stand in the wreckage of their own hubris, they're forced to confront a reality they never anticipated. You are stronger, smarter, and more unstoppable than they could have ever imagined. So take this moment, savor it. Let it fuel you as you move forward, as you continue to rise, to grow, to conquer. The fool they thought they were playing has become the executioner of their arrogance, and there's no turning back now. This is your story, your triumph, your legacy. And they're just the ashes in your wake. You'll leave them behind, but their lessons will stay with you. Their betrayal taught you to trust yourself. Their mockery taught you to value your own voice. Their deceit showed you the importance of clarity and vigilance. These lessons, hard-won and deeply felt, have become the foundation of your strength. They thought they were tearing you down, but they were building you up in ways they couldn't begin to understand. And now, as you step into the light of your own power, you carry with you not just the weight of their defeat, but the promise of your own potential. You've proven that even the darkest moments can be transformed into something extraordinary. You've shown that even when the odds are stacked against you, there is a way forward. This isn't just a victory, it's a rebirth. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where you are no longer defined by their expectations or limited by their perceptions. You've transcended the role they tried to assign you, and in doing so, you've claimed a power they will never understand. They may try to move on, to rebuild, to recover from the devastation you've wrought, but they will always carry the memory of their downfall, the bitter taste of defeat, the sting of realizing they were never truly in control. And you'll keep moving forward, leaving them behind as you blaze a trail of your own making, because this is who you are now, not the fool, not the pawn, not the victim of their schemes. You are the executioner, the conqueror, the unyielding force that refused to be broken. You've risen from the ashes of their deceit, and now you stand as a beacon of strength and resilience. So take a moment, breathe it in. This is your victory, your triumph, your moment to shine. The world is yours now, and there's nothing they can do to stop you. They thought they played you like a fool, but in the end, they played themselves. And you've become unstoppable, a force that defies explanation, a presence they never anticipated and now cannot ignore. You embody the resilience they mocked and the determination they underestimated. But what they don't realize, what they can never grasp, is that your strength doesn't come solely from them, from the pain they inflicted or the lessons they unwittingly taught you. No, your strength comes from within, from the unshakable core that has always existed inside you, waiting for the right moment to awaken. You see, they thought they held all the power because they could manipulate the surface. They toyed with your emotions, twisted your reality, and tried to write a script where you would forever be the jester to their king. But their understanding was shallow, confined to the limits of their arrogance. They underestimated the depth of your will, the enormity of your capacity to endure and adapt. While they were busy playing games, you were quietly evolving, learning, and sharpening every edge of yourself. There's a dark beauty in how it all unfolded. Every slight they threw at you was a spark, and every betrayal, a flame. They thought they were setting you ablaze to watch you burn, to turn you into nothing but ashes. But they didn't anticipate what would rise from the fire, a phoenix born not just of resilience, but of purpose. You didn't merely survive their games, you mastered them. You turned the fire into your forge and shaped yourself into something more powerful than they could comprehend. And now, they stand in the shadow of their own undoing, paralyzed by the enormity of what they've created. The hunter has become the hunted, the predator now prey. Every move they make is futile because the battlefield is no longer theirs to control. You've stripped them of their illusions, dismantled their schemes, and exposed them for what they truly are, cowards hiding behind masks of control. But let's not pretend this journey was easy. No, the road was paved with heartbreak, doubt, and moments so dark that you questioned whether it was even worth continuing. There were nights when the weight of it all felt unbearable, when their words echoed in your mind like a curse, and their actions seemed to blot out the light. But even in those moments, you didn't break. You bent. Yes, but bending is not breaking. It's surviving. It's adapting. It's preparing for the moment when you can stand tall again, stronger than ever before. This transformation isn't just about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about reclaiming your narrative, taking back the pen they tried to snatch from your hands, and writing a story that is wholly, unapologetically yours. They tried to reduce you to a single chapter, a minor character in their tale, but you flipped the script. You are the protagonist now, the architect of a story so powerful that it will echo far beyond their reach. Do you feel it? The shift in the air, the undeniable reality of your power. They feel it too, though they'll never admit it. You see it in their eyes. The fear, the regret, the dawning realization that they've lost. They can't outrun it, can't outmaneuver it, because the truth is unrelenting. They thought they were invincible, but now they stand exposed, vulnerable, powerless against the force they tried to suppress. And yet, you don't need their fear or their regret to validate you. That's the ultimate twist, isn't it? They spent so much time trying to control your perception of yourself, but now you see the truth with a clarity they could never achieve. Your worth, your strength, your power, they were never theirs to define. They belong to you, and you alone. This isn't about revenge, it's about reclamation. It's about standing in your power and owning every part of yourself, the scars, the lessons, the victories. It's about recognizing that you are not defined by what they did to you, but by how you rose above it. They thought they could break you, but all they did was awaken a force that cannot be stopped, a presence that cannot be ignored. As you move forward, remember this moment. Let it serve as a reminder of your strength, a beacon in the darkest of times. You faced the worst they could throw at you and emerged not just unscathed, but transformed. There is no limit to what you can achieve now, no obstacle that can hold you back. The world is yours to conquer, and they are merely footnotes in your story, remnants of a past that no longer defines you. Feel the weight of this victory, not as a burden, but as a crown. You've earned it, every piece of it. This is your triumph, your moment to shine. And as you stand here, looking at the ruins of their arrogance, know this: you are unstoppable, unbreakable, undeniable. You are everything they feared you could become, and more. They tried to play you like a fool, but you've rewritten the rules. You've shattered their illusions, dismantled their schemes, and turned their laughter into silence. They will never forget this moment, and neither will you. Because this is the moment you claimed your power, the moment you became unstoppable. And as you continue to rise, leaving them behind in the dust, one truth will remain. You were never the fool. You were always the force they couldn't control. You were never the fool. They were blind to the storm you were becoming. Now, you stand tall, unshaken and unstoppable. Their games, their schemes, their arrogance, they're nothing but echoes in your past. You've claimed your power, your story, your life, and they are mere shadows in the glow of your triumph. Let this moment define you, not as a victim, but as a victor, the architect of your destiny. The fool they thought they controlled has become the unstoppable force they'll never forget.